Once upon a time, there was a gallant prince, oh so charming even the rats he could convince that he lived in a castle far off and mystical. He told wild stories of being a sophistical, a creature with magic as powerful as can be. His stories danced and the people cheered with glee. The sophistical prince had his choice of girls. For a chance with him, they would line up and twirl. One day, he chose one of the girls to romance. He was jealous of the way she sang and danced, as free as a bird and as elegant as a swan, and she never came to twirl for his brawn. He had heard of this girl and the stories of her father, how he drank too much and beat her, the village coiffeur. The sophistical prince announced their engagement and secured his plans for this princess engagement. He lined a cage with 1,000 promised kisses that her father never gave her and made her his missus. He paraded around the village with his prize on his arm, and his bride, still never been kissed, fell for his charm. He promised to take her back to his mystical place, but first she must promise, oh, the look on his face. She must promise never to dance again. When she agreed, he got out the ball and chain. These are just to make sure you keep your promise. Just remember, you are no longer a beautiful miss.
Come, all ye fair maids, now take this warning. Don't ever heed what the young man will say. He's like a star on a foggy morning. When you think he's near, he is far away.
Come on, you fair maids, now take the warning. Don't ever heed what a young man say. He's like a star on a foggy morning. When you think he's near, he is far away. I left my father, I left my mother, I left my brothers and my sisters too. I left my home and my fond dwelling, my young man, for the sake of you. Oh, love is teasing and love is pleasing and love's a pleasure when you first hands you used to cut me open. Red tears street out remorse from every artery I've got to give. Enough red to cover the both of us. But it's still not enough. You bring out the gun to shoot my vital organs. The scar tissue built up on my heart. I thought it was healed, but now there's a bullet hole you dare to call a paper cut. I trusted you with this soft flesh, let you into my life to hold me in sickness and in health. You promised. So you knew every weak muscle and the deep purple bruises, every scar. So when you wanted to hurt me back, it was as simple as that. You had the weapons, I had the flesh. Eventually, I bled out in politics. You painted intricate lines, blurring between kindness and love bombing. I couldn't distinguish between your love and my pain. I trusted you. You promised those were your red tears too. So I gave you my hope.
Hope may be a thing with feathers. It may perch in the soul and never stop. It may warm the soul through the storm and seem to ask not a crumb of me, but ask it does to many. When the song blinds them to the death around and to come. When the storm could have been avoided by taking another path.
When the warmth in the soul needs to turn cold towards the fists and voice that cut and bruise again and again. Sometimes one needs to ignore the song of hope and heed the cries for change. I see 3 dimensions, you see only 2. I see all colors of the rainbow, you see only blue.
I see the heart behind the deed, you see only a deed. I see the flower on the nettle, you see just a weed.
I see the glow around the light, you see only light. I see magic in the nighttime, you see only night.
I see love in the old man's eyes, you see just old age. I see pain behind the anger, you see only rage.
As my vision keeps improving and my horizon clears, you see comfort and convenience, I see through my tears.
One small thing right by your side that I don't want to see.
Been there way too long, and that thing is me. The fistical prince knew he had won when his princess had nowhere left to run. It turns out his castle was really a grimy bog, and when he kissed her, he turned into a frog. Such a filthy little thing. The girl tried to squash him, but she couldn't with the chains. Oh, so grim. He laughed and laughed, hopping around his bog. The girl knew she had to get away from this frog, but how? The chains were so thick she thought she was defeated. She couldn't hit or kick. Then a melody her mother sang to her came to her softly in a whisper. Dance is the answer to being free. Dance like the water in the sea. Call to leave comes as a whisper. Light slowly shows the shapeshifter, the instant, ancient understanding of what I already knew. This was never the love I thought it was. It was never true.
Voices drove us mad, like we didn't live together. Love that we almost I remember it so clearly, the day you first came in, bright light in your eyes, brown velvet of your skin, instant angel understanding of what I already knew. Spark of useless fire, the book that led us to where you almost held my hand deep. How you kissed my cheek, words that never left your lips up. But I will keep after week, voices that we left them taken. Glances drove us mad, like we didn't live together. And the love that we almost had, oh, the love that we almost had. The love that we almost had. Oh, 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 oh. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
I tucked him into bed every night, pet him until he fell asleep. I folded every piece of laundry. I bathed him every day. When he screamed for cotton candy ice cream, I went to the store. I cooked every meal. Not only did I cook every meal, but I fed him every meal. I'd cut up his food and bring it to his mouth. I'd watch him chew. Sometimes he hadn't finished chewing when I brought the next bite up to his mouth, and he would squeal. Yes, he would squeal like, woo! Then turn away and glare at me. I learned to watch for his Adam's apple to go up and down to make sure that he swallowed. You might be thinking that I'm talking about my child. He didn't have any children. Thank God. I'm talking about my husband. He liked to play games. One of his favorites was the booth game. Boofing is a game where one person hits themselves as hard as they can over and over and says, boof. The other person has to get the boofer to stop boofing. It's really hard because you can try to hold his arms behind his back, but he's so much stronger than you and he'll just boof with his knee instead. Sometimes you boof with your hands or knees or head. I tried so many ways to get the boofer to stop boofing. But the boofer always wins. I only found one way to get the boofer to stop. hit myself as hard as I could for as long as it took. And the boofer stopped boofing. That sting on my face, it is victory. One day, it got bigger. He hit me. I felt that sting again, that sting of victory. But I didn't win. Boofer always wins. That night, I still made him dinner. I still bathed him. I had sex with him and I put him to sleep. He slept the best he ever had in his life that night. I wish I could say that I left while he was asleep, but I didn't. The boofing game went on for 6 more months. And the boofer always wins. I told myself over and over that if he hit me again, I could leave. He must have known that. Because from then on, he chose to kill me with his words instead. And he almost won.
You can think that you're in love when you're really just in pain.
Is love really something to get rid of?
What is the blood on the card suggestive of? Well, it depends. What might be the gain?
You can think that you're in love.
Oh, this must be it. This is young love. This time measured in the stains that remain.
Is in love really something to get rid of?
Your red doesn't wash off his white gloves. The game won by how much of your red he can obtain.
You can think that you're in love.
But what might be your life undreamed of? If the in pain ever has a chance to explain.
Is in love really something to get rid of? No. It is he that you need to get rid of when you're really just in pain. Don't think that you're in love. Red in love is really something to get rid of. Yes, you can still hurt me.
You can make me shiver.
You can even temporarily
deprive me of my dignity.
You can make me doubt.
You can put a knife through my heart.
You can insult me.
You can put me down.
You can call me names.
You can make me
You can make me mute for a
You
moment.
can make me feel
Yes,
stupid or unworthy.
You can still hurt me.
Yet with my tears
With my
falling
heart
down,
full of fears,
with my openness
I
held back,
and moving forward, and you can't stop that.
sitting in the center, eyes closed, deep breaths.
You are kind, you are intelligent, you are creative.
Spread your wings and soar, show the face within.
You are kind, you are intelligent, you are creative.
You might have slipped, might have come within a hair's breadth.
You are kind, you are intelligent, you are creative.
But you found them, the ones who know, warm and forgiving.
You are kind.
And others can be kind in return.
You are intelligent.
And that allows you and others to learn.
You are creative.
So let them see the embers of your imagination burn.
The girl began to sway to her mother's melody, and the chains fizzled off eventually. The sophistical frog was so busy hopping and laughing he didn't even notice his bog was disappearing. The girl danced in the sky with wings she never knew she had, and when the frog looked up, he screamed. He was so mad. You broke your promise! You broke your promise! Girl looked down and giggled when she thought of the kiss that turned the sophistical prince into a toad and the mystical castle that was really a boggy abode. She sang, dance is the answer to being free. Dance like the water in the sea. This is the same blue as where our eyes first met.
The same slow vibration of waves rocking us to our first kiss.
The same pink and orange haze where you held me and kept me warm.
Where we painted young love in soft colors on a rock we knew would never crumble.
The rock never crumbled, but we did. The blue breathed long after our love is gone.
The waves are no stranger to the cycle of dying and living.
The pink and orange are beautiful without the fantasy of romantic haze.
I pray in color, ready to live and love again.
All eyes on me, if you so please.
Sword in hand, poised to strike. Is this what it's like to be seen? Behold my show of might.
All eyes on me, if you so please.
A soft warmth in your gaze that gives way to a fire in me. Tears that burn down the stage.
All eyes on me, if you so please.
I'm braced for your attack. Despite its flaws, my armor gleams. My fractured sword still hacks.
All eyes on me, if you so please.
I stand here before you, triumphant, unafraid to bleed. I'm human, through and through.
You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassy lips upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tide, just like hopes springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes. Shoulders falling down like teardrops weakened by my soulful cries. Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame I rise, up from a past that's rooted in pain I and wide, welling and swelling I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise.
Down Freedom Highway. Oh yeah, marching each and every day. March down Freedom Highway. Oh yeah, marching each and every day. Made up my mind that I won't turn around. Made up my mind that I won't turn around. There's just one thing, can't escape my friend. My supposed to freedom is not designed for all men. There are so many people living their lives so great. Wondering their mind what's gonna happen next. That's why we're gonna march down the Freedom Highway. Oh yeah, marching each and every day. March down the Freedom Highway. Oh yeah, marching each and every day. Made up my mind that I won't turn around. Made up my mind that I won't turn around. Found dead people in the forest that you impersonate. All the world is wondering what's wrong with the United States. Yes, we want peace. If you can be found, we want you Freedom Highway. Every night we turn around. That's why we're gonna march down the Freedom Highway. Oh yeah, marching each and every day. March down the Freedom Highway. Oh yeah, marching each and every day. Made up my mind.